Hello everybody and welcome to the Introduction to C++. C++ is a very powerful programming language and has many uses, including but not limited to games, math, and browsers. To be able to use C++, you need an IDE. An IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment, and it allows you to write code and allows the computer to understand the code that you write. The IDE that we'll be using in this tutorial is called repl.it. So you'll Google search that website, click on the first link that comes up, and create an account, which should be pretty self-explanatory. Once you create an account and sign in, you should be directed to a web page that looks like this. So you'll click the plus sign up here in the top right, and type in C++ as the language, because that's the language we're using for this series, and then you can name the program whatever you want. Then you'll just click on create REPL. Wait a few seconds and a program should open up. Okay, so now that you're here, you probably have all this code show up by default. So now I'll explain to you basically how this code works. So the hashtag include IOStream part, that basically means that you'll be allowed to input and output objects in the code that you make. Now this part right here, int main, basically this means that this is going to be a function and anything inside the curly brackets of the function will be executed. Now on the inside of the function, first we have std, double colon, and then cout. For now, all you have to really worry about is just backspace that std part, and before the main function, just type in using namespace std semicolon like that. And then you won't have to do the std stuff like that was already on the inside here. You don't really need to worry about how that, what that does for now, just know that you have to include it. Now we have cout, which basically means whatever is specified over here will be outputted. So with C++, we have to have two left-facing arrows right after the cout like that, and then in double quotes we could type whatever text we want, and it'll be outputted when we run our program. So we have the text "Hello World," and then basically a slash, and then the lowercase n like this just means that it'll end the line and go to a new line. So now to run all of this code, what we can do over here is type in make, and then the name of the file, which shows up here, it's main. So you'll type in make main, and then enter, and then dot slash like that, and then the name of the file again, so main. Sorry, no space between. And then you'll click enter, and then you'll notice it'll output the words hello world. So now I'll go over some important elements of C++ syntax. So basically, syntax, according to Google, is the arrangement of words and phrases to create well-formed sentences in a language. So basically, to apply this to programming languages, syntax is like the grammar that you use for the code to be correct. Okay, so C++ is an object-oriented programming language. Basically, this means that it involves objects interacting with each other. Now, methods in C++ are what the objects do, similar to how actions in real life are what people do. In C++, blank space, also known as white space, is ignored, so usually pressing the spacebar wouldn't change what your code ends up doing. And lastly, in C++, you must put a semicolon after each command for the command to work. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed and maybe even learned something. In our next episode, we are going to start getting into writing our own code, so we're going to start getting into the fun stuff. And just one more thing, please take a minute to fill out the SurveyMonkey survey down below in the description, because that'll help me a lot. But besides that, that's about it. So thank you so much for watching, and see you all in my next video.